The case you're about to see is a fictional one, but the procedure is legally accurate. The characters are played by actors, but the jury is selected from members of the public.
All stand. All persons who have anything to do before the Crown Court here holden for the Commission area of Greater Fulchester, draw near and give your attendance. God save the Queen.
Put up, Barry Ferguson. Is your name Barry Ferguson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Barry Ferguson, you stand charged on indictment with obtaining by deception, contrary to the Theft Act 1968. The particulars of this offence being that on the 7th and 8th of May 1978, you did dishonestly obtain from one George Niles the sum of £75 in cash by deception, namely by representing that a course of therapy which you were offering was capable of curing the condition of baldness, knowing the same to be false. Now, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Excuse me, do any of you have a light, please?
I'm terribly sorry, I haven't. No.
No?
Sorry, none of us smell, you see.
Sorry.
Thank you anyway.
All right.
And members of the jury, it is your charge to say, having hearkened to the evidence, whether he be guilty or not guilty.
Mr. Ferguson, you may sit down.
I tell you, Judge, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not. You see, where I come from, we stand up to face our accusers.
Mr. Ferguson, where is it exactly that you come from?
The United States, sir.
Yes, I recognize the accent, Mr. Ferguson. From which part of the United States do you come?
Fargo, Indiana, where they make the curtain rods.
Well, Mr. Ferguson, I appreciate that in Fargo, Indiana, they make curtain rods. And I also appreciate the fact that the legislators of that state may allow you to stand to face your accusers. However, here in Fulchester, custom dictates that you remain seated until you are either asked or directed to stand. So please don't waste any more of this court's time, Mr. Ferguson. Sit down. Right, Mr. Webb Griffith?
May it please Your Honor, members of the jury, I appear in this case for the prosecution, and the defendant is represented by my learned friend, Mr. Benson Pitt. Now, you've just heard, members of the jury, that the charge against the accused is that he obtained by deception certain sums of money.
Oh. Ow. Ow!
George Niles. Yes. Down this way, please.
Oh, sir, excuse me, sir.
Madam.
Is it going to be a lot longer, do you think?
Well, it's very hard to tell. It depends on who's called and for how long.
Oh, thank you. Sir, can I smoke in there?
No, I'm afraid not.
I can't.
You may hear while you're waiting.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
17 Barkingside Terrace, Fulchester.
Mr. Niles, how was it you first became acquainted with the accused, Mr. Barry Ferguson?
I inquired after an advertisement which appeared in the Fulchester Times.
It implied a cure for baldness, I believe.
That's correct, even though I am not bald, as you can see. Merely slightly thinning. I thought if the advertisement sponsors could cure, or at least help the unfortunate bald, they could at least reverse the condition of being slightly thinning. So I telephoned the number given in the advertisement.
And who did you speak to?
A young American woman. She told me that many men suffered from similar complaints and advised me to go along to their hair clinic. I told her that I wasn't suffering, but she merely laughed and said, come on, you know what I mean, and once again advised me to go to the clinic and meet with Dr. Ferguson.
Doctor? Dr. Ferguson? That's what she said?
That's correct.
Did you go to this clinic?
Yes, I did, sometime in the first week in May.
Where was it?
98 Golden Hill Street, Fulchester.
What took place there?
I arrived there on the Friday at exactly 30 minutes past 6 o'clock as appointed. I'm always on time.
A habit I developed in the RAF. Doesn't do for an ex-airman to be late. We'd be in quite a state. The boys in 10th Squadron used to call me on the Nail Niles. Grand bunch of lads.
Yes, they must have been. What took place when you went to this clinic, Mr. Niles?
I went in the office and introduced myself to Miss McKi.
Miss McKi. Who is this Miss McKi, please?
Mr. Ferguson's assistant. She asked me to sit down and showed me a copy of the Ferguson Credo. I believe she meant credo.
Credo, potato. It really doesn't make much difference, Your Honour. The meanings are exact enough.
Yes, I agree, Mr. Benson Pitt. Continue, Mr. Niles, but please refrain from pointing out any differences between the Queen's English and that which is spoken by our American cousins.
I will, Your Honour.
Thank you. May Mr. Niles be shown Exhibit 1, please, Mr. Jessup? Now, Mr. Niles, is that the credo mentioned by you, the one given you to read in Mr. Ferguson's office?
It's the very same.
Would you like to read it for us, please, Mr. Niles?
We at the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic believe that our bodies are very much affected by our daily routine. Hence, stress and strain as well as wear and tear all contribute to the impedance of the body's natural growth and regenerative processes. Hair is no exception. We firmly believe that baldness, that is to say, hair in patchy and thinning situation, is definitely a treatable condition, backed by almost 6 years in the hair industry. We say to you, if you complete a professionally supervised 5-day hair therapy program, which includes a fabulous Hercules hair grow treatment developed by the eminent American hair expert, Professor Coors, F. Brownstone, AA, BA, MH, your sparse thinning hair will look better, feel better, and will develop a brand new healthy attitude, or Mr. Ferguson. Or Mr. Ferguson personally will declare in writing that the treatment of your condition has been a failure and you will be issued with a complete and total refund, less the initial cost of your consultation. Signed, Barry Ferguson.
Now, that's a pretty promising document, wouldn't you say, Mr. Niles, with the exception of 1 or 2 points?
Indeed it is, sir.
After reading that document, did you meet the accused, Mr. Ferguson?
Yes, he came into the room and was introduced by Miss McKi.
As?
Dr. Ferguson.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Niles, do you remember what the defendant was wearing at that time?
A white coat.
A white coat?
Yes, a white coat, of the type worn by laboratory technicians and doctors.
Yes.
He also had in his breast pocket a number of different kinds of pens, different colours, different sizes.
Pens, I see. What did Mr. Ferguson do?
He sat next to me and he said that he sympathised with my condition and that baldness was nothing to be ashamed of and that it could be cured.
He led you to believe that baldness could be cured?
He made it seem that way, yes.
Carry on, please.
Well, then he asked me to sit under the lamp for a scalp examination.
What type of lamp was that?
Desk type. Looked to me like an Anglepoise.
I see. What happened next?
He placed over his eye a magnifying glass of the type used by watchmakers and jewellers and proceeded to examine my scalp. And then he turned off the lamp and patted me on the head and said, we'll have the grass growing on your lawn in no time. He then further advised me that the next 5-day hair therapy program began the following Monday, but as luck would have it, there was one vacancy for one client, and that a payment of £10 deposit would secure for me a place on the program, and that I could bring the extra £65 on the following Monday.
Did you then give Mr. Ferguson £10?
Yes, I did. He did say that he regretted not having more time to speak with me, but he had another appointment. I would have liked to have asked him more questions, but, well, I thought nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yes, and he had said he was unable to speak with you due to this prior appointment.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Niles, I'd like you to tell me, please, thank you, what took place on the evening of Monday, the 8th of May. Did you, in fact, attend for your appointment?
Yes, I did. At exactly 7 p.m. I'm always prompt. I remember during the last...
exactly 7 p.m.
Yes. Miss McKi...
That's Mr. Ferguson's assistant, yes?
Yes. Miss McKi took a photograph of me with one of those instant developing cameras, and...
Did she explain why she was taking a photograph?
Yes, she said it was part of the therapy and that it would be a lot of fun.
I see. Carry on, please.
Well, I was then asked to sit with the others and introduce...
The others? Do you mean to tell this court that there were other people, clients, attending at the same time?
Yes, I was rather surprised myself. I had thought the treatment would be private, but as, in fact, as I later discovered, did they?
Yes. Continue, please.
I sat next to a man I recognise, Mr. Graham. We attend the same church, Your Honour.
Your Honour, this would be Mr. Mark Graham, a gentleman who complained to the Fulchester police at the same time as Mr. Niles concerning the activities of Mr. Ferguson.
Yes, I see.
Unfortunately, Mr. Graham has been killed in a hang gliding accident and consequently will not be available to give evidence at this court.
Oh, I see. Hang gliding?
Yes, an exhilarating but potentially lethal sport, Your Honour.
Ah, thank you. Yes, continue, please, Mr. Niles.
Mr. Ferguson, then hang gliding? Beg your pardon. Mr. Ferguson then gave a lecture or talk of sorts entitled The History of Hair.
But the history of hair?
Yes, the importance of hair through the ages. It was very extraordinary. He said something to you if they couldn't afford...
I believe that was meant as a joke by Mr. Ferguson, Your Honour.
I should hope. Right, continue.
Then Miss McKi handed round the bottle of the Hercules Hair Growth. Mr. Ferguson correct method of application.
Could the court be shown Exhibit 2, please?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Niles, is the bottle handed round?
Yes, the very same. I recognise the label.
Mr. Jez, could I prevail on you to read the bottle label to the court, please?
Yes. Hercules Hair Grow, the fabulous hair therapy formula developed with your hair problem in mind by the eminent American hair expert, Professor Coors F. Brownstone, AA, BA, MH. Use it and you won't lose it.
Thank you. One wonders how this solution would be in mind if, in point of fact, he's never met you. Mr. Niles, you were saying that Mr. Ferguson demonstrated the correct application of this hair growth solution. Continue, please.
Yes. After the demonstration, we were invited to massage a small amount of the solution into our scalps, and then we were each given a bathing cap to wear. Mr. Ferguson said it would assist in the incubation of our dormant hair follicles.
Bathing caps?
Yes, mine had pictures of seagulls on it.
Very well, continue.
Then Miss McKi switched the lights off, and we were made to watch a short motion picture entitled Farming in Minnesota.
Mr. Ferguson had you all wearing bathing caps while showing a film depicting farming methods in Minnesota?
Yes.
Did he explain why he was showing this film?
He said it would illustrate the theories behind hair cultivation and growth and hair management.
Did you feel that the film contributed towards your greater understanding of the methods employed by Mr. Ferguson?
No, indeed not. In fact, at one point during the film, Mr. Graham and I both left the room and demanded that our monies be refunded.
Can you remember what was showing in the film when you and the late Mr. Graham left the room?
It was a sequence depicting tractor maintenance.
I see. And did Mr. Ferguson refund your money?
No, he did not. He did not. No, he said that as we hadn't completed the program, there was nothing he could do, but we were welcome to take home the hair growth solution and the bathing caps free of charge.
Not, in your estimation, really worth the £75 paid by you for the course?
I should say not.
And you then left the premises and made your complaint to the Fulchester police, is that correct?
Yes, I did, first thing in the morning, 8:15 precisely.
Good. Thank you very much, Mr. Niles.
Well, I feel that this would be an appropriate time to adjourn. And then you may cross-examine the witness if you wish, Mr. Benson Pitt.
Yes, thank you, Your Honour.
Nassau, is anyone sitting here?
No, help yourself.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You want some? No more pears, but I got some cheese, huh? Some provolone, huh?
No, thank you.
Oh. Betty, the hair clinic. You and Mr. Ferguson, the hair clinic, eh? Betty,
Lou, Betty Lou.
See. I didn't recognize you at first. You know, your hair all different like that. But then I said to myself, Louie Rapayo, this is someone you know.
Oh, yes, Mr. Rapayo.
Yeah, fine. You really look different, you know.
Yeah?
Very nice, if I may say so.
Oh, thank you very much. I had it done, you know, for the trial. I'm a witness.
Me too, I'm a witness.
Yeah?
Hey, well, my wife will make me this lunch. Maybe here a long time, huh?
Oh.
What? What's the matter?
Maybe if we're witnesses, we shouldn't talk to each other. We might be breaking the law.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know, but maybe we shouldn't talk just in case.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mr. Niles, you stated at the opening of your testimony that you became acquainted with Mr. Ferguson while inquiring after an advertisement in the Fulchester Times. Is that correct?
Yes, I telephoned the number.
And you spoke with a young American woman?
Yes.
Can you recall exactly the wording and graphics? And that is to say, any drawings or pictures connected with the advertisement?
I do know the meaning of the word graphics, sir.
Do you recall the advertisement?
Yes, it depicted a man sitting on a park bench, watching other people walking along the path.
And what was the man's attitude, Mr. Niles? Was he happy?
No, I suppose you could say he was unhappy.
Yes, and the passers-by were depicted as a loving couple, arm in arm. Is that not correct?
I believe so.
Yes, and the caption read, "Bald, don't let life pass you by," and it gave a telephone number to ring.
I don't remember exactly.
Well, would you say that that was a fairly accurate quotation?
Yes, I suppose it was, yes.
Mr. Niles, do you feel life is passing you by?
Your Honor, I fail to see how the innermost feelings of the witness are important in a case when we're primarily concerned with the intent of the accused.
On the contrary, Your Honor, it is absolutely essential to establish why Mr. Niles and people like him answer such advertisements. Are they being deceived? If so, how? I am attempting to prove that they were not in any case by my client.
Yes. Right. Proceed, Mr. Benson Pitt.
Good stuff, Benson. Hot stuff.
Silence in court.
Mr. Niles, I appreciate that this must be a very painful and embarrassing experience for you.
Sir?
Well, coming here today to talk about your problem.
I do not have a problem, and coming here today to testify against that criminal is neither painful nor embarrassing.
Mr. Niles, please refrain from giving your verdict while you are in the witness box. It is for the jury to decide whether or not Mr. Ferguson is a criminal. You will answer counsel's questions and nothing more.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Let me put it another way, Mr. Niles. Does it ever upset or bother you, the fact that you are bald?
I am not bald. Merely slightly thinning, as anyone can see.
Well, does the fact that you are slightly thinning ever upset you?
No, it does not.
Well, did the fact that your hair was slightly thinning ever upset you at any time?
Well, it may have sometimes caused me some concern, but I wouldn't say it ever upset me, no.
So it can be said that at one time your hair loss caused you concern, but that now that fact has ceased to bother you. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Mr. Niles, when did your thinning hair cease to cause you concern?
Well, many years ago. It was longer than I care to recall.
But, Mr. Niles, you inquired after an advertisement which led you to believe that it could solve your hair problems in only May of this year.
That's out of curiosity. Curiosity increases with age, not, as many people believe, the reverse.
Yes, and your bank balance must also have increased along with your curiosity.
I beg your pardon?
Well, £75 seems to me an awful lot of money to spend just out of curiosity.
Yes, well, it may seem that, but
but not a great deal to spend to put to rest an emotional problem, and not a tremendous price to pay for one's own vanity.
I do not have a problem, and I am certainly not vain.
Your Honor, I would ask that my learned friend desist from this line of questioning. Clearly, it's upsetting the witness.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Benson Pitt, please try and utilize a certain amount of tact whilst questioning the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Niles, you stated earlier in your testimony that upon meeting Mr. Ferguson, he sat next to you and said in your words that he understood your problem and that baldness was nothing to be ashamed of and that it could be cured. Now, am I being accurate here?
He said those things to me, yes.
And when Mr. Ferguson said that it could be cured, you assumed that he was referring to your state of baldness or the thinning of your hair.
Well, I'm sure of it. What else could he have been talking about?
Well, did it never occur to you, Mr. Niles, that what Mr. Ferguson was referring to when he said that it could be cured was the fact of your being ashamed or embarrassed at having thinning hair? As indeed you stated that at one time you were.
That's preposterous.
Mr. Niles, you left Mr. Ferguson's premises without completing the 5-day course, did you not?
Yes, along with the late Mr. Graham.
Exactly. Along with the late Mr. Graham. Now, I submit, Mr. Niles, that you were both so embarrassed at finding each other there that was why you failed to complete the course that may very well have helped you with your individual hair problems.
It is no longer a problem.
But your hair is still thinning, is it not, Mr. Niles?
It no longer bothers me.
After one night at the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic, your hair problem no longer concerns you?
It no longer concerns me. But Mr. Ferguson had nothing to do with it.
On the contrary, Mr. Niles, I put it to you that your embarrassment at being seen at a hair clinic taking part in the events of the evening was so acute that you now, in hindsight, are able to accept in a much more realistic and emotionally healthy manner the fact of your thinning hair.
Ridiculous.
Your Honour, I would like to read for the jury a quote from Dr. Ian Caldwell, a British dermatologist, on this particular problem.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. The disease, says Dr. Caldwell, lies not in the baldness, but in the lack of ability to accept it.
I am not bald.
Thank you, Mr. Niles.
Just a few more minutes of your time, Mr. Niles. I'd like your help to establish a few facts here. Now, you did pay Mr. Ferguson £75 of your money, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And before you left the premises, the treatment you received was having a hair growth solution massaged into your scalp,
Yes.
being given a bathing cap to wear,
Yes, with seagulls on it.
seagulls on it, and watching a film which, amongst other things, depicted tractor maintenance.
Tractor maintenance,
Is
yes.
that correct?
That's all true.
Thank you very much, Mr. Niles. If it's any consolation to you, I fully appreciate the stress which my learned friend's cross-examination subjected you to. As you can see, I myself am bald.
But I am not bald. I'm not bald. Dear God, nobody believe me. I'm not bald.
Barry Ferguson, an American who's been operating a 5-day hair therapy program in Fulchester, which included the massaging of a hair growth solution into the scalp, followed by the wearing of bathing caps to incubate the hair follicles while watching a film entitled Farming in Minnesota, is being tried for obtaining money by deception, contrary to the Theft Act of 1968. Mr. Ferguson's counsel has suggested that these methods might be used to relax people embarrassed by their baldness.
Nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
Miss McKi, now how long have you known Mr. Ferguson?
About 3.5 years, Your Honor.
Miss McKi, thank you for the flattery of calling me Your Honor. I have to remind you, however, that that title is reserved for the learned judge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you look so alike. He's Your Honor, huh?
Yes, yes, he is. Now, Miss McKi, you were Barry Ferguson's assistant at the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic. Is that correct?
That is correct. I worked there about 2.5 years.
And I believe that you began your career with the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic in the United States before you came to England. Is that correct?
That is correct. We opened our first clinic in Fargo, Indiana. Fargo's where they make the curtain rods.
Yes, sounds a fascinating place. Miss McKi, what type of work did you do before you joined the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic?
I was a waitress.
A waitress? So you didn't really have any prior experience of dealing with hair?
Well, I cut and styled Rico Carminelli's hair. Rico was the man who ran the restaurant where I worked. Oh, professional. You mean, did he pay me, you mean?
Well, no, I mean, by professional, I mean, did you have any formal training that would qualify you to deal with specific hair problems?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to describe those qualifications to the court, please?
I took a course in high school called Personal Hygiene for the Young Housewife.
Don't think that's quite what I had in mind, Miss McKi.
Well, I'm sorry. I remembered I took the course. I just wanted to tell you.
Well, thank you for being so helpful. Let me try and put it another way. Did you ever attend a school or college that dealt specifically with problems relating to the hair and scalp?
Oh, no, sir, I did not.
So can you tell us how you then came to be employed by Mr. Ferguson at the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic?
Well, he sort of helped me out of a tight spot once.
Could you describe that tight spot where Mr. Ferguson leapt to your aid?
Well, I quit my job as a waitress. I mean, didn't get fired or anything like that, but, I'll be frank with you. Rico wanted me to sleep with him. Am I allowed to say sleep with him in court?
Yes, you may use that phrase. Rico was the man who owned the restaurant. Is that right, Miss McKi?
Yes, that's right. Rico was the man who owned the restaurant where I worked as a waitress. And you wouldn't believe how much he bothered me. I mean, every day he kept saying he loved me, had to have me, coming on with the kiss me, Italian routines, you know, and pinching me whenever I went in the kitchen. It was terrible. I mean, I would have slept with him if I liked him, but he wasn't my type. You know, he was a real slob. Rico weighed about 450 pounds, and he was always popping whole garlics right in his mouth. You know, everybody in Fargo used to call him Death Breath.
Miss
McKi, where exactly does Mr. Ferguson feature in all this, please?
When he saw Rico bothering me, then he offered me a job.
How long had you known him prior to him offering you employment?
He was a regular, see, in the restaurant. He'd been coming in 8 months, I think.
Did Mr. Ferguson ask for any qualifications before he hired you?
Qualifications? You mean my driver's license?
No, I don't. I mean, did he ask to see any documents or certificates that you might have?
No, he just said I was a really nice person, and he liked the way that I related to the customers, you know, and I had good hands. Oh, yeah, and he likes the way I walk, too.
I see. How long did you work for Mr. Ferguson in the United States?
About 2 years.
Would you say that business was good during those 2 years?
Not really good. I mean, there just weren't enough bald guys in Fargo, you know what I mean? Anyway, it burnt down.
What burned down, Miss McKi?
The clinic.
You mean to tell me that the clinic caught fire and was destroyed?
Yeah, it burned right to the ground one night. I think it was a fire in one of the scalp lamps or something.
So after this fire, you and Mr. Ferguson decided to come to England. Is that correct?
Well, it was Barry who decided. I mean, I went because, well, I was never here before, and I read a lot about it, you know, and I wanted to see all those castles and, you know, see where Shakespeare lived. And
can you tell me, Miss McKi, how Mr. Ferguson arrived at his decision to come to England?
Well, after he got the check from the insurance company, he took
the check from the insurance company, presumably being to cover the clinic destroyed by fire?
Yeah, that's right. After he got the check, he took a dart and he threw it at the map on the wall. It landed right on Fulchester, England.
So you opened a hair therapy clinic in Fulchester on the strength of a dart landing in that location on a wall map?
Well, the first time that he threw the dart, it landed in Africa, but Barry said that didn't count because we didn't deal with that kind of hair.
It's extraordinary. Miss McKi, you've now been working in the Fulchester clinic for approximately 6 months, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, thank you. And what were your duties in the Fulchester clinic, Miss McKi?
I answered the telephone, and I gave the scalp massages, and I helped the clients to relax during the hair therapy.
Thank you. Now, we have already been told by a previous witness that the first day of the therapy involved the taking of a photograph, the massaging of the client's head with Hercules Hair Restorative solution, the wearing of a bathing cap, seagulls on it, to assist in the incubation of the hair follicles, followed by the showing of a movie entitled Farming in Minnesota. Would you say that was a reasonably accurate assessment of the first day's events?
Yes, sir, that's what happened.
Good, thank you.
Welcome.
I'd like to move on now to the second day of the therapy. Can you describe in your own words what happened on that day, please?
Well, the clients arrived, and we gave them a Hercules hair grow massage, and then we gave them the RBF treatment.
RBF treatment? What's that, please?
Reverse blood flow treatment. That's where they were hung upside down in a metal bar with their heads dunked into buckets of Hercules hair grow.
Did the accused say what this liquid was supposed to do?
Yeah, Barry says it'll chase away the baldness blues.
Oh, really? Yes.
Carry on, please, Miss McKi.
Oh, well, after they were lowered back down to the floor, Barry told them to relax, because he always said relaxation's a big part of the program.
And did the clients appear to relax after they were lowered from the metal bars?
I guess so. I mean, a lot of them just fell down on the floor after they were lowered down, you know. Then they just lay there. Some of the older ones fell asleep even.
Might this not be because after the ordeal of hanging upside down, some of them might have been traumatized or disorientated?
I don't think I know what that means, but nobody ever complained.
But you would say that some of them had some difficulty in standing up after that particular part of the therapy?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. What happened then, Miss McKi?
Oh, then after they were sitting around relaxing, I handed out the photographs that we took of the clients' faces on the first day, and Barry said they should take the pictures home and draw in with pen or pencil the kind of hairline that they wanted.
Mr. Ferguson asked his clients, all of whom presumably were mature adults, to take home a photograph on themselves and pen in an imaginary hairline. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did any of the clients ever object to this being asked of them?
Well, a couple of times, some of them said they thought it was a really dumb idea, but then Barry could just talk his way right out of anything.
See. Now, I think that takes us to the third day of the hair therapy treatment. Can you describe what happened then, please?
Hercules hair grow massage. They were doing it by themselves by this time. And then we showed them a slideshow. And then Barry told me to hand out the combs, and he taught them the imaginary hair combing exercise, where you have this, imagine you have a full head of wavy hair, see? And you make believe you're combing it, like this.
So the comb never, in fact, comes into contact with any hair that a client might possess. He simply imagines that he's combing imaginary hair.
Yeah, that's right. It's got something to do with imagination.
See. What about the slides, Miss McKi? What did they contain?
Oh, well, they were pictures that Barry took when he went on a Greyhound bus trip across the United States.
You mean holiday snapshots?
Oh, no, they were slides of different barber shops.
Mr. Ferguson showed slides of barber shops to his clients?
Yes, sir.
For what purpose, Miss McKi?
Well, I really don't know. But Barry says that when he showed the slides, it would help the clients to lessen their paranoia.
Miss McKi, did you say paranoia?
Yeah, Barry says that's the fear of losing your hair.
Oh, yes, Mr.
Mr. Ferguson believed that showing clients slides of barber shops would help them to feel less paranoid about losing their hair. One wonders how. Was that the extent of the third day's therapy, Miss McKi?
No, before they went home, there was one more exercise. The clients all got in this circle, see? And then they yelled, hair, wake up in there, at each other's heads.
Hair, wake up in there. Why were they yelling this particular chant at each other's heads?
Well, Barry says that one of the reasons that they're bald is because their hair's asleep and yelling at it wakes it up.
See. I think that takes us to day 4 of the therapy. Can you tell us the procedure for that day, please?
Hercules hair grow massage, then examination of the client's hair by Barry, and then they all watched parts of the movie Ben-Hur while they were doing the imaginary hair combing exercise, and then they went home.
Why Ben-Hur, Miss McKi?
Well, Barry says excitement's real good for the hair, so he used to show him the chariot sequence, you know, the part where Charles Heston races with the other guys. But yeah, I told him this was really a wrong move. He shouldn't have shown Ben-Hur. He should have shown Clint Eastwood and Hang 'em High, because it's a much more exciting movie.
What happened on the 5th day, Miss McKi?
On the 5th day, Barry told the clients they were going to be airified, and he led them outside to his Volkswagen minibus, and he handed out goggles and smocks. He told them to get into the bus, and then stick their heads out of the window, and he drove them down to the beach, where they had their heads sticking out of the windows for the forced salt air application treatment, where their hair is all exposed to the sea breeze molecules. And then he drove them back to the clinic, and they got out of the bus, and he shook hands with everybody, and then he handed out a brush and comb set to everybody with their photographs with the drawn-in hairline pasted on the back of the brush, and then that was the last time that we saw them.
Pretty straightforward, then, the fifth day of the program. Now, Miss McKi, you can refresh my memory here. What was the total cost of a client taking the entire 5-day course, please?
$75. Pounds. I always get that mixed up.
And, Miss McKi, can you ever remember seeing any new hair growing on the heads of the clients taking the 5-day course?
No, I couldn't.
And can you remember anyone other than the late Mr. Graham and Mr. Niles, whose testimony, of course, we've already heard, saying that they thought the course was not worth the £75 they paid for it?
Yes, there was one man, a farmer from Indiana, and he said he thought the whole program was a ripoff.
How did Mr. Ferguson react to that accusation?
Well, him and Barry got in a big argument. Then they had a fist fight, and then he threw Barry right down the stairs.
God damn it, Betty Lou, that's a lie, and you know it.
Mr.
I've told you 100 times.
Silence in court.
Sit down.
Your Majesty, he didn't throw me down the stairs. Nobody did. I tripped.
Mr. Ferguson, please sit down. You will have ample opportunity to tell your side of the story. Huh? Yes, Mr.
Thank you. Now, Miss McKi, over the 2.5-year period, you became quite close with Mr. Ferguson, did you not?
Yes.
And during that period, you became, well, let's say, quite friendly with him, is that correct?
Yes.
In fact, your relationship was, now, how can I phrase this, on an even more intimate level, is that correct?
What do you mean intimate?
Do you and Mr. Ferguson have sexual relations?
Yes.
You sleep together?
No!
Oh. Then may I ask where you and Mr. Ferguson engaged in the act of sexual intercourse?
On the floor of the clinic.
Oh, I see. Yes. Continue, please, Mr. Webb Griffith.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Well, I think this would be an appropriate time for a short adjournment.
Hello? No, she's, no, I don't think she can. Scusi, momento.
McKi, let us just examine this statement that you had sex with Mr. Ferguson on the floor of the clinic. Now, you said that you worked for Mr. Ferguson both here in England and in the United States, and that before that you knew Mr. Ferguson as a regular customer in the restaurant where you worked as a waitress. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hello? No, I'm sorry, she can't. She's very busy. What? Oh, I'm to tell her you're a wife who knows. Yeah, okay, I'll tell her. Okay, ciao.
And I believe you said that Mr. Ferguson helped you out of a tight spot by offering you a job. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, would you say that over the period of time that you have known Mr. Ferguson, that he was a good employer?
Oh, yes. Like, you know, if I was a little short of money, he'd always advance me some to get me through the week. I always paid it back, though. And, like last Christmas, he gave me a set of ceramic salt shakers and a pair of pink Angora bedroom slippers.
Then am I correct in assuming that you considered Mr. Ferguson to be a friend as well as an employer?
Yes, I think he's a friend, yes.
I see. Now, as a friend who knew Mr. Ferguson fairly well, what type of a man would you say he was, Miss McKi?
I think he's a good man. He believes in what he's doing. He's a lot of laughs.
Anything else?
Well, I think he's a little lonely.
I see. So this intimate relationship you had was based on friendship, rather than, say, lust.
Oh, yeah. Barry and I were never in a heavy scene. It just kind of happened.
Did you have sexual relations with Mr. Ferguson regularly?
No, not regularly. We only did sexual relations once a year on his birthday.
I see. Well, may it please the court, I suggest that sexual relations once a year on Mr. Ferguson's birthday hardly makes this clinic into a den of vice, and is highly unlikely to have a detrimental effect on either Mr. Ferguson or on his ability to run his clinic in a professional and businesslike way. Miss McKi.
Yes.
You mentioned in your testimony that one of Mr. Ferguson's clients, and I believe you said it was a farmer in Indiana, complained that he thought that the 5-day hair therapy program was a rip-off. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, could you perhaps give us your definition of the words rip-off?
Sure. It's when somebody buys something, then they don't think that it's worth the money that they paid for it.
Yes, thank you, Miss McKi. And could you tell us roughly how long ago this incident with the farmer took place?
Oh, I'd say about 2 years ago.
So in 2 years, there was only one complaint. Can you remember any other details surrounding the incident?
You mean like, what was he wearing at the time?
No, Miss McKi, more like what was said during the incident.
Oh, well, I remember when he came to the clinic, he was real mad, and I said, could I help him? And he said, not anymore, I'm a broken man.
Oh, did you ask him what he meant by this statement? Not anymore, I'm a broken man.
Well, yes, I did, because I remember thinking that's a pretty weird thing for a farmer to say, you know what I mean? But then he said something about his girlfriend, then Barry came in, they had the argument, he threw Barry right down the stairs.
Silence in court.
Miss McKi, can you remember what he said about his girlfriend during the incident?
Yeah, he said that his girlfriend laughed at him when he told her that he was taking the course. Yeah, because that's right, he didn't tell her that he was taking the course till after he took the course. And he told her as a surprise one night while they were having dinner at her parents' house. Yeah, that's right, because her parents laughed at him, too.
The man completed the course first, before he told his girlfriend about it. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And can you remember if this gentleman ever complained during the 5-day course?
No, as a matter of fact, he seemed to be having a real good time.
Well, Miss McKi, I suggest to you that the reason that this farmer came back and made his complaint was not because of any lack of results from the 5-day hair therapy program, but because he was venting his anger at being ridiculed by his girlfriend and her parents. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, now that I think about it, he was kind of sensitive.
Yes, I see. Miss McKi, it was stated earlier that Mr. Ferguson hired you as his assistant, even though you had no qualifications or professional training in the field of hair problems. Is that correct?
Yes. No, I mean, well, I didn't go to college.
Now, would you be kind enough to tell us once again what your duties were at the hair clinic?
I answered the telephone and I gave scalp massages and I helped the clients to relax during the hair therapy.
And would you say that answering the telephone required any special training?
No, of course not.
And giving scalp massages, was that a difficult job to learn?
No, that was real easy once you got the hang of it.
And what about getting the clients to relax? Was that a difficult skill to master?
No, you know, I learned that when I worked as a waitress because, I mean, if you wanted tips, you know, and your customers to come back, well, naturally you talked to them, you know, and you just joked around and you made them feel at home.
Exactly, Miss McKi. I put it to you that Mr. Ferguson hired you for just those reasons, namely your ability to talk to people and to make them feel at ease in their surroundings.
Well, yeah, I was pretty good at my job, thank you very much.
Miss McKi, when the clients came to the clinic, what was their attitude?
You mean, how did they act?
Yes, how did they act, Miss McKi?
Well, some of them seemed suspicious and tense.
Would any of them ever joke with you about their problem, that is, their baldness?
Definitely not. Very serious. All of them. No way would they laugh, no.
And would you say that as the therapy program progressed over the 5 days, that their attitude of tenseness and suspicion changed?
Oh, yeah, by the time Barry drove them along the beach for the forced salt air application treatment, they were pretty loosened up. And even the old guys started whistling at girls.
I see. Miss McKi, what was your opinion of Mr. Ferguson's methods?
Well, sometimes I did. I thought they were a little strange, but I never thought that they hurt anybody.
Would you say that, for the most part, his clients trusted him?
Yeah. Well, maybe not the very first day that they came to the clinic they didn't, but later in the week, yeah, they trusted him, yeah.
What would you say was the major benefit to a client taking part in the 5-day hair therapy treatment?
Well, I would say probably confidence. They seem to have more confidence.
Yes. Miss McKi, would you say that as a result of being involved in the hair therapy clinic, that the clients were better able to cope with their baldness?
Well, it sure looked that way to me, because, you know, some of them, they'd come in wearing toupees, and then by the time the treatment was over, they didn't wear them anymore. In fact, there was this one guy, you know, Bob Shalvoy, lived right across the street from the clinic. Every Saturday, boy, he'd be out there polishing his car with it, the toupee. You know, he'd hold it up in the air and wave it at us.
Yes. Yes, I would agree. That is a rather good, if somewhat unusual example of somebody coming to terms with their baldness. Now, Miss McKi, can I just go back to your earlier testimony where you said that you never saw any new hair growing?
No, I really tried.
But do you think that you would have noticed this new hair growing in the short space of just 5 days?
Oh, I guess not.
Thank you, Miss McKi.
You're welcome.
Miss McKi. Miss McKi, would it be correct to say that over the 5-day program, Mr. Ferguson carefully built up the trust of his clients?
Yes.
And so that by the end of the 5th day, they trusted him completely?
Yes.
Well, let's just examine exactly what trusting this man was worth, shall we?
Okay.
Your Honor, I would like to refer to page 26 of the depositions in the report from the Forensic Department analyzing the contents of the solution known as Hercules Hair Growth.
Yes, proceed, Mr. Webb-Griffith.
Thank you. Now, this solution, this miracle cure, contains 1.5% sodium bicarbonate, it's bicarbonate of soda, 0.5% green food colorant, 98% water. Now, Miss McKi, would it be true to say that Mr. Ferguson encouraged his clients to use this Hercules hair growth solution by implying to them that it would cure their balding condition?
Well, yeah, he said that it worked.
Exactly, Miss McKi. He told them that it worked, and they believed him. They trusted him. And he abused that trust by selling them a solution with no more hair-growing properties than a common stomach medicine. Miss McKi, I put it to you that both you and the clients at the Barry Ferguson Hair Therapy Clinic were betrayed by a man who preyed on other people's fears and weaknesses. You have been made a fool of, Miss McKi. You have been used.
A Ferguson Hair Therapy Clinic in Fulchester, where practices included the wearing of bathing caps to incubate the dormant hair follicles, the hanging upside down of the clients by their ankles to stimulate hair growth, and the telling of its clients that one of the reasons for baldness is that the hair is asleep. Barry Ferguson is being brought to trial for obtaining money by deception, contrary to the Theft Act of 1968.
You are Mr. Louie Rapayo of 222 Overton Street, Fulchester. Is that correct?
Well, not everything, if you would excuse me.
Pardon?
Is Rapayo. Louie Rapayo. The rest is very good, though.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Let me try once more. Mr. Rapayo.
That's very good.
Yeah. Mr. Rapayo, you did at one time enroll as a client at the Barry Ferguson Hair Clinic, did you not?
Yes, that's correct. I did enroll there.
For the 5-day hair therapy program?
Si, yes.
And did you complete the 5-day program as prescribed by my client, Mr. Ferguson?
I completed the course, yes.
Mr. Rapayo, what drove you to take the course in the first place?
My wife.
Your wife suggested that you take the course.
No, she drove me. I don't have a license for driving.
Oh, let me rephrase the question. Why did you enroll at the Barry Ferguson clinic?
Ah, see. Because I want some more hair on top here, huh?
Did it embarrass you to be bald?
Oh, yeah, very much. One time I even wore a toupee. I was very embarrassed.
I believe the word is pronounced toupee.
Huh? Oh, you got a me on that one. Now we're even, huh?
Yeah. Did this toupee solve your problem?
Well, for a while, yes. At least, I think it did. I mean, you know, I used to wear it everywhere and nobody said anything to me, so I didn't think anyone noticed it. But most people wouldn't, I realized later, you know, because even if they do know your hair is fake, they don't like to say anything in case it embarrasses you, you know. They don't want to get embarrassed by saying something. You understand?
Oh, yes, I do, Mr. Rapayo. Very much like the Emperor's new clothes.
Huh? Ah, see, the story about a king who walked around naked, and because no one would tell him he is naked, huh? Yeah, well, that's what happened to me. Yeah, that's why I got rid of the toupee.
Someone mentioned it?
Oh, yeah, a little girl, you know. She was with her a little friend in the marketplace, and they look at me, you know, and I see them looking at me, and they're talking to each other, and they're giggling, you know, like little girls do. And then she comes over, this little girl, and she points right at my toupee, and she says, "What a lousy rug." Oh, well, I mean, I was so dizzy, I nearly fell down. So embarrassed.
Well, that must have come as a very dreadful shock for you, Mr. Rapayo.
Yes. I ran all the way home, holding on to the top of my head like this. I was very silly. Anyway, that night I see this advertisement for Mr. Ferguson's hair clinic in the newspaper, and I telephoned him right away. Oh, yes, I was very worried.
Mr. Rapayo, if you don't mind my saying so, your attitude towards your hair problem seems to have taken a very remarkable turn. And you don't seem to me to be in the least bit embarrassed about the fact that you are bald. Now, what caused this very positive change of attitude for you? Did it have anything at all to do with Mr. Ferguson's treatment?
Yes. And no. I think.
Could you explain that statement for us, please?
Well, I went to Mr. Ferguson's hair clinic, you know, because I wanted more hair up here, huh? You can see I've no more hair up here than when I first went to see him. Not even a peach fuzz, you see. So I think the hair programmer did me no good for that.
And why your change of attitude?
I remember the first night I went to the clinic, huh? And I walk in and I see all these other bald people there.
How many others, Mr. Rapayo?
There were 4 other baldies. And when I see them, my feet are froze to the floor. Oh, I said, "Come on, Louie, run away. These people can see you have no hair." Oh, so embarrassed, I want to run away. And then I think, oh, wait a minute. They're bald too, so why run away? If they laugh at you, you can laugh right back at them.
So you stayed?
Yes, I stayed there.
And is this when your baldness ceased to be a concern?
No. Not right away. It was the second night, I think.
What happened then?
Well, Mr. Ferguson made us rub in the Hercules hair grow, you know, into our heads like we did the time before. But he didn't make us wear the bathing caps, the ones we'd worn on the first night. No, instead he made us lie down with our feet near a long iron pole. I didn't know what was going on, but I thought, well, at least I don't have to wear that bathing cap. I felt very foolish, I can tell you, wearing that silly hat. Anyway, then Mr. Ferguson and his wife...
You mean Miss McKi, his assistant?
She's not his wife?
No, only his assistant.
I'm sorry, I thought it was your wife.
It's okay.
Mr. Rapayo, please just answer the questions. Do not address the defendant.
Oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Right, continue, please.
Yes. Where was I?
You were lying on the floor near an iron bar with the others.
See, I was, I was lying down. All of us were lying down with our feet near this bar, and Mr. Ferguson and his assistant, they hooked our ankles onto the bar to prevent us falling down on our heads when we were hoisted up into the air. Then it was, when we were upside down like that, like you said, I think my attitude had changed.
Why was that?
Well, when we were upside down with the tops of our heads dipped in the hair grow solution, the man at the end, I think it was, he began to laugh, very much. And of course, we all start to laugh. And because our heads are in a bucket, it makes a kind of a, an echo, so we laugh even more. Then it was, I think to myself, Louie Rapayo, you're a very foolish man. If you worried so much about your hair, you would hang upside down by your ankles with your head in a bucket.
And did the others agree with you about this experience?
Oh, yes. They all felt a very foolish man. But we decided to continue the course to see just how much more foolish we could be. We enjoyed it very much. It was like a very big weight, lifted off me to be able to laugh at myself like that. Yeah. Yes, it was a good decision, and that's when my attitude had changed.
So, even though you grew no hair after completing Mr. Ferguson's program, do you still feel that you made the right decision when you enrolled for the course?
Yes, it was a very good decision. I haven't worried about my hair since.
Thank you, Mr. Rapayo.
Mr. Rapayo, what sort of work do you do?
I work at many things. I do a bit of work in the garden. Sometimes my wife, she gives me odd jobs. I do washing the windows around the house. She's a very good cook, my wife.
Excuse me, Mr. Rapayo. What exactly is it that you do that brings in your wages?
See, I help out with my son-in-law's restaurant in Fulchester Plaza. Yes, sometimes I cook, sometimes I bring the customers the food.
I see. And when you serve the customers, what exactly do you bring them?
Food. Whatever it is they order.
Thank you. And it is their privilege, is it not, as paying customers to order what they like and expect it's going to be brought for them?
Yeah, that's all right. They bring the money, we bring her the food.
Exactly. A perfect relationship, Mr. Rapayo. Now, if a customer came into your restaurant and ordered, say, cannelloni, would you think it right and proper to bring him a dish of, say, spaghetti alla vongole?
Well, first of all, I think he would be in the wrong restaurant. We only do a Greek food. My son-in-law is a Greek.
Well, in that case, would it be right and proper to bring him taramasalata when, in fact, he'd ordered hummus?
Of course it would not be right. I mean, he's applied for hummus. That's what he's going to get.
But that's exactly what Mr. Ferguson did to you, did he not, Mr. Rapayo? You ordered a hair growth therapy program, and he gave you a good laugh.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Well, what's the difference, Mr. Rapayo?
Well, it wasn't worth it.
Yes, but it was not what you were expecting.
No, I suppose not.
It was not what you paid for.
Well, no.
In fact, he obtained your £75 from you by a deception.
Well, if you put it like that, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Rapayo. No further questions.
Mr. Rapayo, did Mr. Ferguson, in fact, offer a hair growth therapy program, as my learned friend has suggested? Or did he offer a hair therapy program? The difference being that the word growth was not used.
Well, I don't remember.
Well, the word growth was not used by him on any of his brochures or advertisements. But did you see the word growth used?
No, I don't think so, no.
Is this an important point for you, Mr. Benson Pitt?
Yes, indeed, Your Honour, as I intend to show later on in the proceedings.
Yes, I see. Mr. Rapayo, did you think that the course was to restore your hair or your confidence?
Oh, the hair.
Yes, I thought so. Do you have any further questions for this witness?
No, Your Honour.
Thank you, Mr. Rapayo. You may go.
As my next witness, I call Mr. Barry Ferguson.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Mr. Ferguson, you have pleaded not guilty to a charge of obtaining money by deception contrary to the Theft Act of 1968.
Sure, I pleaded not guilty.
Why?
Because I'm not. I'm not guilty of deceiving anybody. I'm not the type anyway.
Mr. Ferguson, how long have you been in this line of work?
About 6 years, backed by almost 6 years of experience in the hair industry.
And when did you first become interested in hair care?
Oh, years ago, and I was just a kid. Yeah, my Uncle Buzz. He was bald. Not a hair on his head, just like a grapefruit. He used to fuss all the time and try to cover it up, through wigs, anything.
So your interest developed out of concern for your Uncle Buzz?
Yeah, like I said, it used to really embarrass him. Then one day I realized that he was the only one worried about it. Nobody else cared if he was bald or not. He was just good old Uncle Buzz. Yeah, he was the original paranoiac. The day he died, he requested to be buried with his hat on. And you see, that's the problem with most bald guys, always worrying. And that's what usually causes them to be upset or shy. Did you know that marriages even break down due to baldness? Now, that's a fact.
So your 5-day hair therapy program was, in fact, just that, a therapy?
Sure. I set it up in such a way so that these people could take a look at themselves in a more objective light. You see, I've always believed, because of my Uncle Buzz, I guess, that baldness is not in itself an illness or a disease. The real disease is when the person cannot accept the fact that he's bald. He's usually the only one worried about it. If he took time to ask, he'd probably find out that it didn't matter to anyone else. Yeah, there are a lot of Uncle Buzzes walking around.
I see. And did your methods work?
In most cases, yeah. But then even doctors and dentists get complaints, right? Nobody's perfect.
That reminds me, Mr. Ferguson. Why is it that you wore a white coat during your therapy sessions?
Just to put my clients more at ease. White's more hygienic. That's why a lot of waiters wear white. Chefs, too, so you don't think there's any bugs in the food.
So most of your clients seemed well satisfied with your methods?
Yeah, after they completed the 5-day course, yeah, most of them were. But when they started on the first and second days, yeah, well, that took a lot of fast talking.
They were apprehensive.
Apprehensive is not the word. Some of these guys were scared stiff. Like that Mr. Niles over there. Boy, he was a tough nut to crack. It's too bad he didn't finish the course. I mean, I just couldn't get him to relax. He would have enjoyed it. It worked for most of them.
Grazie, grazie.
Please, Mr. Rapayo, we are hearing testimony.
Oh, sorry, I won't do no more.
What would you say to your clients when they questioned your methods?
Oh, I'd explain the reason why we were doing a certain thing, like the imaginary hair combing exercise, where the clients would pass a comb over their scalps, imagining that they had hair. The reason, I told them, was based on something called creative visualization. If they could imagine they had hair, then they were halfway home. If you can imagine it, then it's possible. All my methods were aimed at the positive, the power of positive thinking.
And what about the treatment described by Miss McKi, the reverse blood flow?
Oh, yeah, the RBF, where you had the clients hanging by their ankles with their heads in buckets of Hercules hair growth. Well, that part of the therapy was mainly to get everyone to relax. You know, like you do in yoga. Stand on your head, it gets the blood flowing. It would have been easier if they could have done it by themselves. But you can't expect a middle-aged guy to all of a sudden stand on his head. They'd be flopping all over the place. Ha!
Why did you include the buckets?
Well, that was just to give them the feeling that the exercise was, and it was, in a way, directly involved with their scalp and hair. It kept them thinking about it. Think about it. Face the problem. And then all you gotta do then is decide whether it's a problem or not.
And would that also be the reasoning behind exercises involving the clients yelling at each other's heads, hair, wake up in there?
Yeah, sure, just to get rid of the tension. I mean, some of these guys would really scream at the other guy's scalp. Hair, wake up in there! They were expelling all this tension and worry inside them. Like sometimes you see guys wearing toupees, right? Well, more often than not, you'll notice on their faces, right about here, they're real tense. Like they got a 20-pound weight sitting on their heads. Well, that's all it is, a weight. Being that self-conscious, thinking somebody's gonna know, or the wind's lifting it off and back, or some wise guy is gonna run away with it just when you're trying to impress a dame, right? I mean, all it is unnecessary tension. It costs a hell of a lot, and all you get is more worry. I say, stop the worry, you're okay, Mac.
Yes, indeed. Yes. And, Mr. Ferguson, you've raised another point here that I would like you to clarify for us. Why did you charge your clients £75 for the course?
Human nature.
Human nature?
Yeah, sure. If I charged more, if I charged 120 or 200, not as many people would come. If I charged less, 20, 10, 15, even nothing, well, then people wouldn't take the treatment seriously. That's why I charged them £75. It's just about right.
Yes, but unfortunately not just about right for Mr. Niles and his friend, the late Mr. Graham. Now, they both demanded their monies refunded, did they not?
Yeah, they sure did. And boy, I felt pretty bad about not giving it to them.
And why didn't you give it to them?
I'm stubborn, I guess. Back where I come from, you don't go back on a promise. And I never in my life have. And I can't condone anyone else doing it either. They made me a promise when they joined my course, and then they broke it. They didn't finish the course. Well, I can't respect a guy who doesn't keep his promises.
I see. And one last question here, Mr. Ferguson. Look, we have heard through a forensic report that your Hercules Hair Grow solution contained sodium bicarbonate, water, and food coloring.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to make it too strong. Well, it was mainly just to give them confidence that something was happening. In the profession, we call it a placebo.
The defense has no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Webb Griffith?
Mr. Ferguson, have you ever had any medical training?
Medical training? You mean like doctor's school?
Yes, Mr. Ferguson. Like doctor's school.
No. Well, I took a sales course in air conditioning once, but that's all the schooling I've had. Besides high school, that is.
Mr. Ferguson, during his testimony, Mr. Niles stated that he frequently heard you referred to as doctor.
Yeah, that was just Betty Lou messing around. She used to call me doctor sometimes because of the white coat. And what could I do? Freedom of speech.
So you knew she was giving the clients a false impression, in fact, lying to them. And you let this lie continue?
Well, it wasn't like a lie. Betty Lou was just having fun. I mean, I never called myself a doctor, just Mr. Ferguson or Barry.
Mr. Ferguson, I put it to you that you in fact encouraged her to call you doctor in order to help you in your rather dubious methods of hair therapy.
You're nuts. Hey, and they weren't dubious.
Mr. Ferguson, I will have no name-calling in this court. Whether or not Mr. Webb Griffith is nuts has nothing whatever to do with this trial.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll watch it.
Right. Continue, please, Mr. Webb Griffith.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Ferguson, you stated earlier in your testimony that both Mr. Niles, the late Mr. Graham, had promised you to complete the 5-day course. Is that correct?
Yeah, and a promise is a promise.
Did they actually say to you, I promise to complete the course?
No.
Did they sign any statement or contract?
No.
Then how on earth did they promise you?
Well, just by being there. That's a statement. I'm here. I'm committing myself.
Mr. Ferguson, just being there constitutes neither a statement nor a contract. Mr. Ferguson, I put it to you that you did not refund the money simply because you in fact wanted to keep it for yourself. Is that correct?
No, I didn't keep it for myself. I put it in a special fund so that I can open up more clinics and help more bald people.
A special fund, indeed. The account, no doubt, is in your name?
Well, of course. Who else could I trust? You think I could trust that dingbat Betty Lou with all that money? Ha! She'd take the first plane to Rio.
Eat it, Barry. I am no dingbat. And I would not go to Rio.
Your Honor, can I change my seat?
No.
Silence in court.
Silence, everyone. Mr. Ferguson, this is your second warning about calling people names. Now, I will hear no more. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay, Your Honor. I won't say it again.
Right. Continue, Mr. Webb Griffith.
Mr. Ferguson, you would have us believe that this special fund of yours was intended to be used by you to establish more hair therapy clinics in other cities here in England?
No, not just in England. All over the world.
I see. So, in fact, it was your intention to establish a worldwide empire of hair therapy clinics in which people with various hair problems would pay you rather a lot of money to watch a film entitled Farming in Minnesota, which includes tips on tractor maintenance. You would have them suspended by their ankles with their heads dipped in buckets of a worthless solution. You would have them comb imaginary hair, have them watch film clips of chariot races, have them yelling at each other's heads in order to, and I quote, wake their hair up. And you would also have these unfortunate creatures ride, at great personal risk to themselves, I might add, with their heads sticking out of the windows of a Volkswagen minibus, wearing eye goggles and sheets, and you would then reward their efforts with a brush and comb set depicting the client with a penned-in hairline? Am I correct, Mr. Ferguson? Am I correct in these assumptions? Is this what you'd have us believe was the purpose of your special fund?
Yes. Except I might change the farming film. People in India might not know where Minnesota is.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, even if you would ask us to believe it to be true, it's still very incredible.
Well, Mr. Webb Griffiths, people said the airplane was incredible until it flew.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Benson Pitt, do you wish to re-examine the witness?
The case for the defense is concluded, Your Honor.
So you see, there's no doubt that the accused did obtain Mr. Niles' £75. The question is, did he obtain it by deception? Now, if you answer that question affirmatively, you then come to the next and really very interesting questions. Did the accused intend to deceive, and was he acting dishonestly? Now, of course, you may think that the accused was deliberately misleading people, but giving them something worthwhile and returning money to those people who complained. Well, if that was what he was doing, was he being dishonest? Because if he was not, he's not guilty. You must decide whether it was dishonest or not. And remember that unless you are satisfied so that you feel sure of the accused's guilt, you must return a verdict of not guilty. Well, members of the jury, will you now please retire, select a foreman to speak for you, and consider your verdict?
The prisoner will now stand. Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Please answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict on which you're all agreed?
Yes.
On the count of theft by deception, contrary to the Theft Act 1968, do you find the defendant, Barry Ferguson, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Mr. Ferguson, you have been found guilty of theft by deception contrary to the Theft Act of 1968. Having regard to your previous convictions in the United States, there will be a sentence of imprisonment of 2 years, suspended for 2 years, and a deportation order.
Thank you very much. And thank you too, Miss Big Mouth McKi. Betty Lou Big Mouth.
Mr. Ferguson. Silence.
Silence in court.
Silence, Mr. Ferguson.
Don't you